Hello, Seacoast. I really want these short messages to be helpful and relevant to the times that we're in, and hopefully hold a key or two to make the journey more rewarding. But not only that, wouldn't it be a good thing if even in the midst of the threat of a virus and its potential consequences, that we are all changed and made even more equipped to live a more meaningful life? I've been thinking about how quickly we've had to learn to do things differently, to relate differently, to get creative in our responses, to learn how to deal with our own emotions and even our own mental health. I've realised that because we have all become so isolated, in some respects we've had to take more responsibility for our own everyday lives. Yes, we have leaders in government and in health placing guidelines and restrictions on us. But the very fact that we have had, our normal routines removed, and the influence of other people that are normally part of our world has diminished, we are left to actually make more decisions and choices for ourselves about how we live our life each day. The point is, self-leadership of our lives has never been so crucial as it is now. The decisions about how we spend our time, our money, our emotional energy, all kinds of things, in some way is preparing us for what is ahead. And I pray that that preparation is for good and is not going to become a hindrance. We know we're accountable to God for how we live. We are accountable to others as well, especially those close to us. But what about being accountable to ourselves? Have you thought about how you lead yourself, particularly right now? Are you leading yourself well? Is your vision locked into this moment, or are you preparing yourself for what is ahead? Hebrews 12 challenges us to run the race with endurance, the race that is set before us, to keep our eyes fixed upon Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. It says, strengthen the hands that hang down, make a straight path for your feet. We have a responsibility to do what it takes to embrace these instructions for life. Jesus said to his followers in Luke 14, those of you who are intending to build a tower, don't you first sit down and count the cost to see if you have what it takes to finish it? We are accountable for our lives and for our decisions. We need to be looking way beyond this moment of time. We are not stuck. We're not on hold, even though we might at times feel like it. We have a tower to build, a life that will remain as a legacy for our children and our children's children, and to the glory of God. God will show us the way. He will provide everything that we need. But our part is to daily lead ourselves towards the next step that He has for us to walk on. We will lead ourselves out of this place of confinement with God's help, but He won't be able to help us if we just put our lives on hold. You might have had a bad day, but it doesn't have to be a bad year. Keep the big picture before you. Keep your eyes on the author and finisher of your faith. Live out of that vision and not out of your current restrictions. Let the Word of God build you up. Let its wisdom strengthen you. Make sure you include others in your journey. We might be isolated physically, but we still need to stay connected in whatever way possible we can. We are in this together. Be thankful for what you do have. Be thankful for the blessings of each day, even the small ones. Actually, especially the small ones. Self-leadership is about taking responsibility for ourselves, being accountable to what we hold as most valuable and precious, whether that's our faith, our family, our calling, our relationships. Take a moment just to consider where your life is headed. God's not finished with you yet. Count the cost, but lift your eyes forward. The best is yet to come.